Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So currently the betting odds right now are favoring Joe Biden to be replaced, even though it seems as if the White House keeps denying these reports. You had a governor's meeting. All the governors went to the White House recently and they're all in favor of Joe Biden staying in power. But you look at the betting odds, Trump is at 61%. Biden, the sitting president, the sitting incumbent president, we were told would get a second term. We were told would defeat Donald Trump. He's down there at 9%. Kamala Harris, his vice president, has more than a double chance of becoming president according to the betting odds than Joe Biden. Donald Trump still sitting there in the 60s. It is just a big mess overall, what we're seeing unfold. And it does beg the question, will Biden end up being replaced when the betting markets show it at 68%? Personally, it's a lot easier done than said, as I've stated. It's not like they'd be able to really mount a campaign of somebody else in about, 4 months' time. And if Biden would be replaced, it would likely have to be with Kamala Harris, not any of these other people. We've heard a lot about Gavin Newsom. We've heard a lot about Michelle Obama, who still adamantly says she will never run for political office. And I believe that if she really ever wanted to, she would have tried to run in 2020 when she probably could have been the most electable Democrat if she's as strong as some people make her out to be. But you look at the state of affairs right now, it would have to be with Kamala Harris. It's a binary decision. You either keep Biden or you replace him with Kamala Harris, because you cannot step over, according to their own little woke rules, the first female and the first minority female VP in history. She's next in the line of succession. You know she wants that position. She won't step away easily, just like Joe and his family. They won't step away easily either. You live by the woke, die by the woke. Harris is next on deck. B, she's already on the ticket. You'd be able to keep the money in campaign infrastructure a lot more easily if Kamala is going to be the nominee. And in terms of all these other people like Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, you name it, these people have long had 2028 aspirations, and they don't want to blow these aspirations by mounting a campaign against Trump that they know they're not guaranteed to win. And besides Biden and all of his personal blunders, you look at this administration, and any Democrat that would be running would have to sweep it up for this administration. And it's very unlikely that they would be able to do so effectively, and they know this. They don't want to run with the shadow over their head, the scandal basically over their head, so they would rather just wait till 2028. That's why these governors like Newsom, like Whitmer, they're defending Joe Biden right now, and you see that here. But Harris is an awful candidate for numerous reasons. She would bear all of the negative aspects of this administration, and she's extremely unlikable. She's very off-putting, more so than Biden, you could say, even to the electorate. She said all these further left things about healthcare, the environmental stuff, than Biden said, back in the 2020 primaries, and she was hitting Biden from the left relentlessly before she caved and took the position. It's a big mess, but she's not likable. Biden's down in the polls by 2.9%. A lot of these polls don't poll Kamala Harris, but if you look at this, Donald Trump in the polls that have, he is defeating Kamala Harris by 2 percentage points, and that's really without a large sample as well. In some polls, she's doing worse than Biden. In some polls, she's doing, I guess, maybe a point or two better than Biden in the CNN poll, which could very well be cooked to kind of fit the narrative of, oh, well, Kamala needs to be the nominee, Biden needs to step down, who knows. But you look at Biden's favorable ratings, they're in the gutter, 39.4, but Harris's are even lower, 38.3%. So in terms of Kamala Harris, if she were to become the Democrat nominee, the question is, how would the electoral map look? And we're going to fill it out. We're going to do a prediction just to showcase the fact that Kamala Harris is not a strong challenger, and why Democrats, either way, in my opinion, they're screwed. They are, honestly. And I think that obviously we'll fill out these states here that would be going to Trump no matter what. And by the way, the whole 1-6 argument goes out of the way with Kamala because she paid money for BLM rioters' bails. I mean, that's brutal. And in terms of the map here, we're filling it out. All the states that would go in the safe Republican column. Honestly, throw Florida in there. Throw Texas in there as well. And obviously Nebraska at large. So when you look at the way the map is shaping up, Trump out of the gate gets 219. Harris, she'll take the West Coast. But even then, she doesn't even take all the East Coast in the safe column as well. You can give her maybe Maine's 1st district in the safe column. We can give her Illinois, maybe Colorado, and then Hawaii in the safe column. So Trump with 219 out of the gate, Kamala Harris with 139. We can go and fill out these states that would go to Trump in the likely column. I think Georgia, that's iffy. That's iffy. But I think North Carolina you could. I think it'd go to Trump by more than 5. I think Arizona would go to Trump by more than 5. Kamala Harris is going to be off-putting to a lot of those Maricopa County suburbanites just as much as Joe Biden is at this stage in the game. So we can put those states in the likely Republican column. Then you have states in the likely Democrat column. You can put New York there. You could put Connecticut there. I think they'd go to Kamala by around 8 points or so. And I think that actually might be it. Then we can go to the lean states, the lean Republican states. Wisconsin, I think that Kamala Harris would get utterly decimated in Wisconsin. She would really struggle among white working class voters. She'd be like in the mid-20s with them overall as a percent. Pennsylvania as well. I think all 3 of these would be lean Republican. I think Georgia would be lean Republican. It's not as elastic. I think that Trump would win it by close to 5 points, maybe a little bit under 5 points when it's all said and done. And obviously the state of Nevada as well. I think you could put that in Trump's column. So up next, you have the lean Democrat states. I think New Jersey would be one of them. I also think Delaware would be very close, very competitive. The Biden home state advantage is completely washed away if Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee. Also, we forgot to put Nebraska second. I think that would go in Donald Trump's column as well. So as for the remainder of the states on the map, you could give Donald Trump Maine at large. I think he would win it even with ranked choice voting. I think he would take New Hampshire. Harris would not really be a good fit for the Northeast, especially compared to somebody like Biden, who's been an institution for a long time, and that does kind of carry over in the state of Virginia. I think Trump would defeat Kamala Harris in the state of Virginia. I think he would take Minnesota, and I do think he would take New Mexico. Kamala Harris is not a very strong candidate in regards to Hispanic voters. And you even saw that in California when a lot of the Hispanic vote went against her in 2016 in her first Senate election when you had 2 Democrats running up against each other. So either way, Donald Trump would decimate Kamala. I think the map doesn't look a whole lot different with Biden as things stand right now. It's possible Biden could recover a little bit as time goes on, as people kind of, I wouldn't say forget about the debate performance, but kind of just phase it out for a little while. I think that if he comes back with the second debate performance and it's like replacement level, he might be able to stop the bleeding even if he does lose the debate to Trump, which I believe he would, especially as the debate is going to be after 4 p.m. So whichever way you look at it, it does seem like the Democrats are screwed regardless. They're screwed no matter what. And this is a major, major problem that the Democrats have as things stand today. It's either you lose with Biden, you stick with Biden, you get 4 more years of Donald Trump, or you turn to somebody like Kamala Harris, who is much more of a gamble than Joe Biden would be. But that also has the downsides because she's so unlikable and she is tied to this administration, and they would have to concede to the Republicans. You know what, guys? You were right the whole time. Biden was not fit for the job. And whoever would be the successor would own that, as well as the fact that they didn't even get a single vote on a primary ballot in 2020 or in 2024, because Kamala did drop out in like, what was it, like November of 2019. I mean, it was brutal. But you look at the way things are going between Donald Trump and whoever his opponent's going to be, Democrats are in a whole lot of trouble, and it may lead to some very devastating down ballot effects as well. So we'll see how things unfold. I'm still in the belief that Joe Biden will be the nominee. I know what the betting markets say, but it just really seems as if it's going to take a lot to have these people get them out of the way. They do have time, but even then, time is running out, and they're going to have to deal with a lot of lawsuits from a lot of conservative groups because they're past the deadline for taking somebody's name off the ballot, and it would just be an utter mess if that were to happen. So anyways, guys, have a happy 4th of July. Enjoy our Independence Day. Hopefully, we'll be able to celebrate our 250th anniversary with a massive parade in DC with Donald Trump back in the White House. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.